Daredevil is at a club hunting a ghost named Rancid Randy, and he kicks a guy right in the face while the dancers run away. He says he is minutes away from his goal, and these meathead gatekeepers aren't going to stop him. He finds one more guy blocking the door and tells him to move or he will put him down. He walks into the back office where Randy is sitting with two girls, and the girls tell the superhero guests goodbye because they have business to do. One of the girls likes his outfit and says she loves the color. Daredevil tells Randy that he knows he is breaking the law and leaning on people downtown. Randy says he isn't a monster and is just trying to keep his head above water, but Daredevil knows he is in business with Gina Russo and Patty Quinn. Suddenly, Punisher bursts into the room and grabs a guard, breaking his neck with a loud crack. He tells Daredevil to step aside because he isn't there to talk, but Daredevil stands in his way and says he won't let him kill this man in cold blood. Punisher tells him he isn't asking, but Daredevil punches him right in the face. Punisher is bleeding and asks if he is really protecting this scumbag, and Daredevil says the guy has information he needs and he's going to jail once he's done with him. Punisher says that isn't going to happen and gets ready to fight. They fight so hard they crash through the wall and land in a bathroom where a group of girls are screaming. Randy sees them fighting and runs to his car, telling his driver to get him out of there because he isn't staying to see who wins. Daredevil and Punisher keep hitting each other, and Daredevil says his head is spinning like a top. Punisher isn't done and chases the car down the street with a big gun. He says a single well-placed shot will put the car exactly where he needs it, so he fires his weapon and blows the tire out with a loud poof. The car crashes into a building, and Randy is trapped inside screaming into his phone for help. Punisher stands over the wreck like a shadow, but Daredevil comes out of nowhere and kicks Punisher in the head again, telling him that's enough. Suddenly, the police arrive and tell everyone to freeze. Punisher throws a bunch of grenades at the cops and everyone runs for cover. Daredevil looks at the grenades and realizes the pins are still in them, meaning Punisher just used them as a distraction to escape. An FBI agent named Schmidt approaches Daredevil and says they need to talk on the roof. In a fancy apartment, Patty Quinn is talking on the phone while Gina Russo gets out of the shower. Gina says the water pressure is so high it could remove a tattoo from an elephant's butt. They realize that Randy was actually an undercover Fed, and they are angry because the $500,000 they just got is probably marked. They decide they can't trust anyone and need to hire some heavy hitters to take care of both Daredevil and Punisher. Gina says she knows two perfect guys who are crazy psycho bastards with mommy issues, and if they can get him out of jail, they will do the job. Matt Murdock is at a restaurant in Chinatown with Misty Knight, and she tells him he looks like crap. Matt says his boxing training got a bit out of hand. They talk about a guy named Peter Lee who is out of jail for good behavior, and Misty says her contacts have hit a dead end. Suddenly, Matt's radar picks up three men walking into the restaurant with elevated heartbeats. Misty tells Matt to get on the floor as low as possible, and she pulls out her gun, saying it's time for her to earn her keep. The three men have huge automatic weapons, and Misty tells them to keep their guns down or she will drop them. The men laugh and say it isn't a fair fight because they have big guns and she has a tiny pistol. Matt watches from under the table and realizes she's gonna need his help. The men start spraying the room with bullets and glass shards fly everywhere. Matt throws his cane and trips one of the shooters while Misty dives through the air, firing her pistol and telling them they missed her. One of the gunmen gets hit in the throat and makes a gek sound. Matt uses a chair to knock another gunman down while Misty tackles the last guy. The man asks how she is so strong, and she tells him it's her bionic arm before punching him in the face with a loud crack. After the fight is over, Misty tells Matt she has one more big ask for a client. She wants to know if Matt can set up a meeting with Frank Castle. Matt says that is a huge ask and wants to know exactly who the client is that wants to meet the Punisher. Matt stands in the alleyway and tells Misty that the client is actually Daredevil. Misty laughs and says he has to be kidding because those two don't love each other, but she agrees to ask anyway. Matt thanks her and walks away as the screen says the next issue is called Kill, Crush, and Destroy.